Welcome to the Instagram stories for Tuesday, February 21st. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. A lot of yesterday's episode had to do with broadcast channels. We needed to get that understanding of what broadcast channels were, what they were all about, before we could dive into today's Ask Me Anything, because many of the questions related to broadcast channels. If you didn't hear yesterday's episode, go back and listen so you can get that context first. Now, let's dive into the questions. The first question: broadcast channels, how do I get access? I talked about how to get on the wait list, and I linked to it in yesterday's episode in the show notes, but here's the explanation.
If you want to get early access to broadcast channels, you can add yourself to the wait list using this link right here.
Don't worry, I'll link to it in the show notes. Next question: can I message people back on broadcast channels? Great question.
So we launched an early version of broadcast channels this week, which allows creators to directly message their followers. No, you cannot message back. It's a one-to-many channel, but we are excited about allowing creators to be in there together. So you can have multiple creators in one channel having a conversation.
I'm personally not really getting the attractiveness of that feature. At that point, wouldn't it just make sense to go live together, or even to make a podcast episode together? I think that would be a lot more interesting and give more opportunity to hear better parts of a conversation than just watching two people type back and forth. Okay, let's move on to some other questions and topics. One question that I wanted to talk about was, we want our following list to be private. That's a great feature suggestion. I'm trying to think of scenarios where you would want your following list to be private. Maybe if you were a business, you wouldn't want people knowing that you're following your competitors, perhaps. That's probably the best reason I could think of.
That's interesting. We've debated this over the years because people often use who other people follow as a great way to discover new accounts to follow themselves. So I'm curious what you all think. Would you like your follower count to be, the number of people you follow, who you follow to be private, if everyone else's was private as well? Or would you like them all to be public? Let me know right there.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about rumors that Reels have been deprioritized and carousels are where it's at now, as well as quiet mode. This episode is supported by Because I Love It, aka Billy. Billy is a social commerce platform that connects social media influencers with brands to sell online. Billy is performance-based, influencer-centric, and works across all social media platforms. Join Billy's 10,000 influencers today. Find out more at becauseIloveIt.com. That's becauseIloveIt.com. And we're back. Next question. Is it true that you deprioritized Reels overnight and carousels are the new thing? I don't know where this rumor came from, but I'm interested.
No, we're not deprioritizing Reels. We still think Reels are incredibly important as more and more of how people use the internet and mobile internet shifts to video. But we think that photos and carousels are also an important part of what we do here at Instagram, and they're going to continue to be forever.
Okay, sounds like there's no truth to that rumor. I am not surprised at all. And the last question we're going to talk about today: how do I get to quiet mode? If you're not familiar, quiet mode is sort of like a do not disturb mode for Instagram. But what I really like is that if somebody goes to DM you, they'll see that you're in quiet mode and that you won't be getting notified about that message, so they don't expect a reply right away.
For those of you who don't know, quiet mode allows you to silence all your notifications all night long and then get them in the morning. And just if you want to make sure that you get some peace of mind at night and that Instagram isn't bothering you. And you can get there from profile, you go to settings, notifications, and then quiet mode is right there and you can turn it on and you can customize it.
I would say that it's really important to sleep with your phone in another room. That's what I try to do as much as humanly possible. And I recommend that everyone else do that as well. Turn your phone off, try to sleep, try to ignore your phone, turn off notifications as much as you can as well. So this way you don't have to be constantly looking at your phone all the time. Just turn notifications on for the things that you absolutely really, really care about, like maybe your text messages or your most important emails or something like that. Okay, that's going to do it for today's show. I have a favor to ask. I am working on a new version of the outro music, and I need some beta testers to give me some feedback. So if you like the rap song that I've had at the end of this show for quite some time, and you'd like to hear a new version of that, send me a DM. I would love to get your take on this new version that we're working on. Okay. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for listening. Be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news or TikTok news or other related technology, social media news, all of it right here.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks of Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently. Until they let me run my team and start to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacy. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.